Yo, 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 yo. We have a very special show. I'm just saying, let the people know. Like, yo, it's like what? What's the time, man? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10 after 6 in the morning. 10 after 1 in the morning, my time. 10 after 11 in the morning, other places. Shh. You can't tell you where, though. Gotta keep quiet about that. Just wait.
Yeah, you already know who it is. You already know. Hey, I called right at the end, bro. Told me we won. Yo, Antonio got a motherfucking tap in because Harry Kane's a pussy. Yo, ha ha. Fuck them spuds. Take some of that, you dig? Yo, I try to call you during the game. I try to have bro do a little triple. But it ain't work because this dummy got the fucking Buffale phone playing and he can't make international calls. But he gonna sort that out. Once he sort that out, I'm gonna plug in with you, B. Yo, big up everybody, man. So happy.
Yo, hold on 2 seconds, dog, because I forgot one thing, dog. I forgot one thing. I forgot that West Ham United.
We are fucking massive.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yo, and you already know, dog. You already know. We're massive, and you know you're gonna get like my intro. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't know. This is just what I do. Nobody else does it, so why don't I? You know what I mean? Real things. How you mean?
Where's some of massive? Let's have a look. What we're going to do on the old Guinness thing today, then? Ooh. West Ham are massive, everywhere we go, everywhere we go.
Yo, I'm still here. Don't worry. I ain't got nowhere, doc. I ain't got nowhere. I'm still here.
Yeah, what's up, my brother? Listen, just giving you a shout real quick. This the last one, you know what I'm saying? The best for last. Young P. Chiavelli, It's just what you do sometimes, right? We dropped a couple games. I know you the voice of positivity, so don't let nobody get down, right?
Yeah, yo, hold on. 2 seconds. How you mean? Yeah, that looks tidy. That looks tidy. That looks tidy. Hold on. Uno momentos. Por favor, senor and senoritas. How do you mean? Does that work? Where my thing go? Oh, my thing's right there still. Oh, what? Hold on.
Yo,
Really?
hold on.
Really? Really?
Yo, I got that. I got that. Just gotta move this like that. No. Why ain't this working, dog? Oh, it is working. I just can't see it. Hold up. Hold up. Why is it like, oh, because, yo, there's another man up in the place. I get it now. I get it. Okay. So, yo. Hello. 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 Hold on. Hold on. I gotta turn my phone off because it's like echo thing still. Hold on. Hold on. Uno momentos. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Hold on. Da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. Okay. Okay, now there should be no echo, no nothing. Yo, gotta get my thing proper still. Hold on. Why? Why? There you go. Bosh! Peach is in the building. And we have a special guest by the name of not Avril Lavigne, by James from the Anvil, dog. Like, you remember back in the wrestling days, there was Iron Sheik and who was it? It was Iron Sheik and some of the Anvil. It was like, who was it, dog? Who was it? It was Iron Sheik and something like Nick the Anvil something. What was it, dog? What? Hold on, I gotta think of this. No, I gotta Google it. I think, dog. What was it? Brett the Anvil Neidhart or some shit like that? No, but was it? Nikolai Volkov. No, yeah, that was it. Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik. But then there was Brett the Anvil Neidhart. Or Neidhart. But anyways, we don't got Brett the Anvil Neidhart. We don't got Avril Lavigne. Like, yo, I just put Avril Lavigne in the thing because, like, she was at the Junos tonight. And the person I'm talking to will know about the Junos because he's from Canada. Well, not from Canada, but lives in Canada just now. He's from Doncaster. But yeah, Avril Lavigne wore some like sexy, skinny, mini, me thing dress, dog. And I don't know, she's getting married to some punk. I like, honestly, his name could be CK Punk, dog. Charlie Walsh knows what I'm talking about, man. Real talk. Yo, big up Lucas. Lucas is in the building. Done know. Big up Budgie. You know what I mean? But we got to dip into it right away. And please welcome my special, very, very, very special guest. He is the man who does not stop working on transfers for West Ham. This man should take Rob Newman's job, doc. Like, he's doing it and he don't get paid to do it. But don't put that past him because somebody might offer him a contract in West Ham's best interest to like get the best players in and around the world. I'm talking about Argentina. I say Argentina. That's like people saying Canada, like Canada, but like Argentina. He's talking about people from Poland. He's talking about people from, I think, Korea, because he got soul, and he's talking about people from, where is it? Japan, maybe. Brazil, South America. I wouldn't be surprised if like there's some Uruguay people up in the place. But the boy from Korea, he's like big on him. He's big on him. So without further ado, let me welcome the one and the only James from the Anvil. If you ain't subscribed to his channel, subscribe right now. Or like I'm cutting this off. Real talk. Like he should have like 5, 10 subscribers by the time we're done. Cause what we got like what 3 people watching, so 3 subscribers right there.
You get what I'm saying? Done. James from the Anvil, how are you, my friend?
I am actually very good. How are you?
I've been waiting for this for like, you made me wait, dog. You made me wait. You
I
made
got to
me
earn my
wait.
money. I had
I
to earn my
know, but you
money.
made me wait, dog, like 2, 3 days. Like, I wanted to
Good
do
things
this.
come to those who wait.
I know. How was your day today, my friend?
Well, it was all right actually. I didn't watch the Junos, but one thing I'm excited about, we've got Battle of Alberta in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. I'm sorry, Elite got knocked out.
What?
There's going to
But
be
you,
Edmonton Calgary in the second round.
Edmonton Eskimos. Like, have you ever seen that
Oilers.
television? Oh, Edmonton. Oh, you're talking hockey. I thought you were talking like Canadian football, CFL things.
No,
Oh, okay. Edmonton Oilers, Wayne Gretzky land. What was his boy's name, man? I met him. Wayne Gretzky. I met him too. But it's like Wayne Gretzky, and then who was the other boy? Not
Mark
Messi.
Messier.
Yes, that's it. Thank you
I've
very
met him
much.
too.
What a man. What like we were in the Bahamas and like we
Yeah.
were just at the Atlantis hotel and like he was just there. Like and my dad went up to him, started talking to him. What a nice man.
I'll find a picture of him. One moment.
Yeah, what it see we tried to take a picture with Wayne and Janet and like it was behind like some it wasn't a green screen, but it was behind like a screen or something, and it never developed. And we had a picture like with Wayne, Janet. I told you about that the other night, Doc, or I told somebody about that the other night. It was dope. I think it was you, but it was dope, Doc. It was, but it
I've
never.
met Wayne Gretzky too.
Yeah, what a nice man. What a nice man.
What's Messier?
Very. He was very. He's very like he's genuine, but very like low key, like just like down to earth.
Hmm.
Yeah, like for the player that he was like the Pele of ice hockey. You know what I mean? But he was
Yeah, I'm
such
close to that now.
yeah, such a quality man. Such a quality man.
His dad used to come with him all the time as well to the arena, and his dad died about a year ago, which is very sad.
Vern, that's his name, isn't it?
Walter
Waltz.
Gretzky.
Sorry, Walter. Yes, because after my car accident, I had a therapist who just tried to like integrate me like back into society and things. His name was Rob Silver, and he was helping Walter Gretzky because Walter Gretzky like he kind of like his mind went a bit crazy for a bit,
Yeah, he had
and
Parkinson's disease.
yeah, he went to Brantford because that's where they lived, and yeah, no, yeah, Walter Gretzky, top bloke, man, top bloke, man. You have that picture of Messier or no?
Yeah, 1 minute. Let me get it up again.
I can't wait for this. He's tall, dog. He's tall. Like I'm small.
There's a
He
highway in
is
Edmonton
tall.
called Mark Messier Drive, and if you go near where the old arena was, it's called Wayne
Yep.
Gretzky Drive.
Oh wow. And when you go to Brantford, it's like Wayne Gretzky. Like they have like a whole like thing like Wayne Gretzky land or like Wayne Gretzky country. Like he's idolized there, man. Like because he
Yeah,
grew up
my
in Brantford, right? And
yeah,
that's like when Mark Messier and Wayne Gretzky played. That's when they had that goalkeeper Grant Fuhr.
Grand Fuhrer. Yeah,
Yes, see,
there.
yeah, man, that was it. Oh, there it is. There, hold on, let me put that on solo so people can see that, Doc. Hold on 1 second, man. Give me 2 secondos. Solo layout. There you go. There it
Yeah.
is.
Oh,
Oh, it just turned off. But there it is,
yeah.
Doc. Oh, I
I'm
love
okay.
that. I love that, man. I love that. I love that. So, how was your day at work today?
It was all right. Very slow, very boring. Not much really going on. I'm off tomorrow at least, but I'm babysitting the dogs and I'm getting my tires changed. So even on my day off, I don't get no rest.
No, and even on your day off, you're always thinking about like who to bring in to West Ham. Like honestly,
Hmm.
like Charlie Walsh calls me like the hardest West Ham YouTuber like working. I call you the hardest like West Ham scout that is not a West Ham scout but should be a West Ham scout because all your like if people don't know, all this man does is like just scour the world for talent and his prospects are flipping brilliant. Like,
Yeah.
yo, you gotta big yourself up, man. Like, honestly, like, Yo, some of the prospects that you already done told me about, I was like, whoa, floored. What about that Polish boy though? The left back. He's a right-footed left back, isn't he? The
Oh, but
Polish boy we talked about.
Sosa,
Yeah.
he's Croatian.
No, no, no. The Polish. Remember the Polish boy, left
Oh,
back. I think he's
he's
right-footed. He got a hard last name to pronounce.
oh, that's coming up later. That's
Gotcha.
not on my. This is not in this episode. That's coming up a lot later down the line.
Love it. Love it. See? Yo, you know what you get with James Anvil. You get James from the Anvil, sorry. You get quality. You get
But
anticipation. So much anticipation. I've been waiting like 2 days to talk to this man. Like, what the hell?
I
Okay,
do all this scouting without booking flights or even going to any other country to watch him in the flesh. But I wish I would if I could, though.
I
I
know you
promise you
would.
that.
I know you would. I know you would. So let's go from let's go from the bottom to the top. So like the if it's the least likely or maybe the
Hmm.
person that you think isn't like well suited for us, but David Moyes might have a trick up his sleeve to like make a player out of him. What position is it? How old is he? What is that person's name? And what are his strengths and weaknesses?
So, interestingly enough, I did look at championship players. Moyes has an eye for championship players and
Yep.
making them into good talent.
Yep.
Jared Bowen is a testament to that. Jared
Yep.
Bowen's had 2 seasons now at West Ham where he's fully grown.
Yep.
I found a
Agreed.
championship player that I think is his kind of, in a way, considered a one-season wonder. But he's only had 1 season in English football, but that 1 season's been clinical enough for him to be rumored to want to transfer away from his club.
Okay.
And the player's name is Joel Pirot.
See, I thought you were gonna say Lewis King Potter. I honestly really thought right there you were gonna say or King Lewis Potter, Lewis King Potter, Harry Potter. I thought you were gonna say him. This boy's name
I
is what?
already, I already want KLP, so that's
Yeah.
this is probably
Okay.
why it's going in
King Lewis
scout
Potter.
reports. So
Okay.
if it's
It is.
someone I'm already interested in,
Yep.
then nah, it doesn't really
Nah.
fit my criteria. Joel
So so
Pirot,
so
I think
what's this boy's name? Sorry.
Joel Pirot, I think that's how you say his name.
Okay.
He's 22 years old,
Mhm.
Dutch. He's a forward and he plays for Swansea.
Mhm.
He played for PSV before he joined Swansea City, and he's also played for Sparta Rotterdam very briefly. He joined Swansea for £1 million in 2021,
Mhm.
had a very successful debut season and scored 22 goals,
In how many matches?
about 45.
Okay.
I think he's played in nearly every. I think he played every single game bar one in the Championship in his first season.
All right.
That might just been for a suspension. I don't know why.
Yep.
Best success was with the Netherlands setup at under 19 level, where he scored 8 goals in 13 games.
Okay.
What I like about Pirot, and I can see why a lot of teams want him because he looks quite a deadly all-and-out striker. To be honest with you, he shoots with a lot of power and precision,
Yep.
and his goal scoring is helped by relying on his instinct and shooting when he feels it's appropriate to do so.
Mhm.
As I mentioned before, and I think it's on my own channel, instinct and the psychological aspects of the game cannot be taught. You have to be self-taught. Another person can't teach you that. You just have to rely on your senses to make the decision.
Yep.
There's trial and error with it, but that just comes with time as to when you decide to shoot, when you can shoot, whatever.
Yep.
He attacks mainly on the wing in order to cut into the box. He cuts on the right and then shoots with his left.
Like it.
And he's
So
best suited
is
to
he a left
4-3-3.
footer then? He's a left
Yeah, he's a
footer.
left footer. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
love
his
it.
shooting foot.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
He's best suited to a 4-3-3 formation to play as a centre forward.
Yeah.
But that mainly could be because he's been used as a winger at Swansea. I think that's one reason. If he
Agreed.
were to come to West Ham, he'd probably be used as a forward, as a striker,
Mhm.
and I don't think that would really hinder him. I don't think it would. It'd still be um, the same kind of mindset for his ability and his position. And if you just know when to shoot and score, you know when to shoot and score. And I think that's what Pirot really can do best. I think he's a player that's actually been slept on a bit. I'm not going to lie to you. I think he's been slept on. He's gone under the radar because of players like Berrett Diaz, Mitrovic, Keane Lewis Potter.
Yep.
Pirot hasn't been included in that conversation enough, and that's disrespect to him.
But James, if you're scoring 18 goals in 13 matches, that's that's next level, if you ask me.
It's more than that.
No, but you said 18 goals in 13 matches, didn't you?
No, no. 8 goals in 13 games for
Oh, sorry,
international
sorry,
play.
sorry. I get you. Okay. Sorry, I thought
Still,
you said 18. Okay, eight goals in 13 games. That's still quality, man.
yeah,
And he's left footer. I love that. How old is he?
22.
Beautiful, perfect age. And and he resides. He's originally from Netherlands. Yeah,
Yeah.
they have good footballers, man. They have good footballers, man. Honestly, where
Some of
would
the
you
best left
play?
footers in the world come
Where
from the
would you
Netherlands.
play? Where would you play? How do you say his last name? Piero.
Piro, I think it's Piro.
Pirlo. Where would you play Pirlo? Would it be on the left, right, or like right down the middle?
Mainly on the right,
Okay.
I think. I'm not sure how you actually say it. It's spelled Piroe. So I think it's Piro. I
Yeah,
never got a
yeah, yeah.
pronouncer on it, my bad, but it doesn't matter. It's still the same guy.
Yep, yep,
I would
yep.
mainly play him on, to answer your question, I'd mainly play him on the right
Okay.
because that's where he attacks the most.
So what would
And
happen
it's
to Bowen if we got him?
uh, Bowen. I think what it would be is that Perot would go up top on his own, and Bowen would still stay where he is.
Okay. So he do a Vlasic better than Vlasic.
He'd do it more like a Vlasic, yeah. I think
Yeah.
Perot can still play as a. Perot would still have a forward role. There's no
Okay.
denying that. He's
Okay.
quite versatile, so it wouldn't necessarily mean Bowen gets dropped out. It's not that wouldn't happen.
Okay. Just because when you said the right, like I think it's brilliant. Like and it's similar, very very similar to Bowen. Like on the right, left-footed, cutting in, same as Yarmolenko. And just like to go off on a tangent for 1 minute, do you think Yarmolenko is going to be at the club next season?
No, definitely not.
Okay, fair play. All right. What about Fredericks?
No,
What about Matsuaku?
hope not.
There you go. Anybody else you want to get rid of before we bring in players that you've been scouting? Like that you think they've kind of like had their best before date?
Dan Randolph.
Yep, agreed. Yep.
That's about it, really.
Ariel
I
and
mean,
Fabianski, yep, agreed.
well, Vlasic needs to stay on because he'd be stupid to get rid of him. I
Oh,
think
100%.
Ben Rama should stay on. You'd be stupid to sell him.
Okay.
And of course, I think we just need a few reinforcements for depth as well.
Yeah, what about Connor Coventry coming back?
Get him in the first team immediately.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what like what are your thrills about Connor Coventry, and what are your reasons behind Connor Coventry having a wicked, amazing, beautiful preseason and then getting loaned out and then getting loaned out again? Like, what do you think the science behind all of that is?
Preseason has less pressure on it because it's just friendly games to
Okay.
test your fitness and to get you back into the flow of playing. When
Hmm.
you're actually playing out on loan for another club, you're getting a taste of professional football for real. And he actually went to play for two clubs fighting at different ends of the table. Peterborough was fighting relegation to the Championship. MK
Hmm.
Dons was fighting to get into the playoff final and even get into the playoffs even before that. So he's come to clubs that have got to fight for something, and that just adds an extra incentive on him to perform. Peterborough, it didn't really work out for him as well, but I think at MK Dons, he was able to flourish there because of Scott Twine. There, they fed off of each other very well. They were an interdependent and more, well, I should say, codependent
Yeah,
midfield
yeah.
couple. I mean, Connor Coventry was known as the Irish Xavi in his time at MK Dons because he put in some stellar performances.
Yeah.
His ball carrying, his passing, and his work rate was second to none while he was at MK Dons. And I
Hmm.
think we need a midfielder who can make smooth transitions in the centre of the field. And Connor Coventry was able to do that a lot of times while he was on loan at MK Dons. That's been a defining move in his career, a defining
That's what.
loan.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah, yeah.
you never know until you go out on loan. And he's gone out on loan. He's shown what he's worth in just a short space of time. With his given his age, he's now, 21, 22 years old.
Hmm.
That's more than suitable to come into the first team. And I think there's a lot of trust that we can put in him as well to perform.
So do you think? What's up, Dad? Like, no, this ain't a premiere. This is live, dog. Big up yourself. Do you think that like him going out on loan, James from the Anvil, do you think him going out on loan was just to get like matches week in, week out to kind of get him to a different pedigree that he was already sitting on?
Not necessarily a different pedigree, but I think it was more like a give him something to play for in a way, like to make him play for a promotion, made him stay in a league.
Yep,
It gets
yep,
him
yep,
adapted
yep.
to the trials and tribulations of playing in the Premier League. Not that we've had to experience relegation for the
I
last two
agree with that.
seasons, but
Yep,
he's going to have to get used to playing in a team that's going to want to be hungry and competitive.
yep.
If you can show that at youth level, great.
Hmm.
But the thing with youth level, you can make a lot of errors there, and you don't really get a slap on the wrist as hard as you would from David Moyes.
Oh,
When you
100%.
when you're coming into an actual senior team,
Yes.
there's going to be higher expectation on you. You're going to be expected to do things a certain way. You're going to be expected to train with a certain amount of intensity. You're going to expect to comport yourself in a certain way.
Yep,
And Coventry, I think, needs to just learn that. I know it was only
yep.
League Championship and League One, but he's had to learn that and
Mm,
take on those life lessons at a young age.
yes.
Make the mistakes at that age so that
Hmm.
you don't repeat them, and then settle into the first team.
No, I hear that. And do you think that Connor Coventry, what what do you think his strongest attributes are as a player and something that he will offer to West Ham United? Because I saw in the preseason, and you nailed it on the head, when you do have a lot less pressure. He did get loaned out to play week in, week out, fight for something, be hungry for something. The attributes that I saw was his passing. I thought it was brilliant. I thought he was very
Absolutely.
composed on the ball. Um, would you agree with that, or is there other things that I'm not seeing about Connor Coventry?
Ball retention.
Okay,
I think
okay, like holding on to the ball, yeah,
he can hold the ball up really
yep,
well
yep.
without feeling the need to be rushed into making a pass.
Okay, so he takes it basically at his own pace, and
Yeah,
okay, yeah,
and not so
composure,
much
yeah.
that, no, but not so much that he'll time waste and lose it.
Yep, yep, yep. Like that. That's
You gotta have
that's
that.
one thing I find
Yeah.
about Ben Rama. I think Ben Rama has kicks, tricks, and flicks and all that, but he seems to like go for the six dribble when he should only go for four, and then kind of look up. Like you always got to keep your head up, but like he has tricks. He has tricks for days. But it's like it's that one extra touch, two extra touch that he does, and then he gets the ball nicked away from him. And do you find that with Ben Rama, or is that just me? Like I I I don't know, man. I like he's a brilliant player. Don't get me wrong, but it's like that last or second touch, the ball gets nicked away from him all the time.
I think that's a fair point. I think what you have to remember with Ben Rama is that he's an attacking midfielder, whereas Conor
Yep,
Coventry isn't necessarily an attacking midfielder.
he's more of a holder, isn't he?
A holder,
Yep,
Ben Rama
yep,
seems to do the hard work and then has nothing in the final third. And there are two arguments
yes,
here. One, you can argue that he doesn't have enough service to put into the box.
agreed,
You can argue that, but
agreed.
or you could also argue that he's hesitant because he then gets to that line. He gets closed down from running on that right. And when you're playing a team that's trying to be very narrow, that's not going to really help you. You can't really cut in that easily, especially not on that side of the field,
Yep,
because that's a more dangerous side. If you have to, the right tends to be used more than the left, if you ask me, and that's where
yeah,
when Ben Rama's cutting in that side, that cutting opens space for him to be dispossessed. When you're cutting in, you're
yep,
going at an angle, and then someone can slot the foot in. If you go straight,
yep.
most of the player to cut in. So when you're
One
going
hundred
out
percent.
straight,
Yep.
you,
Yep.
just, you go straight. I always say run straight with the ball. Don't weave in and out. Ben Rama needs to
Yes.
not weave in and out. Run
Yep.
in a fairly straight line.
Yep.
But that's what he doesn't do. That's why he loses it. He doesn't run straight.
That makes sense because like he does those mazy runs, doesn't he? You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah, he does do those mazy runs, and like Joe Cole used to do that, but
he did.
he kind of got the idea of when to let the ball off, like when to give it and go, like, and like, how old is Ben Rama? Ben Rama's like what, 24?
26.
Is he? Okay, okay. So he still has time to learn. Like,
Yeah,
and do you think that Ben Rama might come back this season or next season? Sorry, like Jared Bowen, kind of like maybe a bit beefed up and with a bit more knowledge under his belt.
yeah. I think he still needs to learn. I mean, there's no point in him
Yep,
actually being in this game if he's not going to learn anything from
yep,
different coaches and different people.
yep.
So he's got to learn off his teammates, his coaches. He's just got to learn. He's just got to learn, grow with it, roll with it.
What do you think? Like, out of all like flicks, tricks, and skills and everything else, what do you think Ben Rama's like biggest asset is to his game?
His dribbling.
Yeah, he's like a Matsuaku that plays better.
Hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. His dribbling is sensational, and he gets out of tight situations. Like when he's cornered in, he gets out of tight situations, and he's been tracking back recently. Like, oh, take my hat off to him. Like he's been like, and the boy that you were talking about, Piero, like he sounds like somebody that would fit the mold, and if he could be central, that might be really good for us, and it would take some pressure off of Michael Antonio.
Deciding who signs and who's not out of all these players are chosen is actually the hardest part.
Hmm.
I'd take them all if I could.
Okay, so we went because I know that you started at the defense, and that's why I asked you to go from bottom to top. Now let's go to the top because it's probably defense. Who are you bringing in?
If we're talking defence, Owen Windle.
Okay, what
How-
what where does he play in the back?
He's a left back. I mean, you're left
Okay,
back. Dutch.
100%.
Again, he's 22 years old and he plays for AZ Alkmaar.
He's from where? Sorry,
AZ Alkmaar.
where's that?
That's in the Netherlands.
Okay,
Don't know whereabouts. My
okay,
geography's
go
not
on.
that great.
Yep.
So, he broke into the AZ team in the 2017-18 season and signed a new long-term deal that season.
Yep.
Made his full international for the Netherlands. He's made a full debut in 2020 in a 1-0 win over Mexico. And he's actually the current captain of AZ Alkmaar after Toyn Koopmeiners joined Atalanta.
Wow.
Koopmeiners, man, what a midfielder, though.
No, he's on a different level, man.
I know, I'd snap him up. If we'd have had the chance, if you'd have said last season and I were hired as West, as like the head of recruitment, I'd be saying get Koopmeiners signed up.
Yep. I
Don't
hear
mess
that.
about.
Yeah.
Because volume is triple now.
No, I know. Yeah. Yeah, it's, see, no, you're 100% right because, like, we have the opportunity sometimes, James, from the Anvil, to, like, sign certain players, and it's like, we leave it, and then next season, their price went from, like, here to there, season after, here to there, and that's what happened with the boy you're talking about. Like, and that's what's happening to Thomas Suchek. Like, if he gets sold, how much did he cost us? Like 18 something million?
21, I think.
Okay, so in and around. I think he'll be sold for like 50 plus. I know that they're putting like a 40 million price tag on him, but do you think he'll be sold in the summer, or do you think we're holding on
I
to
don't
him?
think it'll be sold this summer, but it's interesting to make that point because I think we've got to start selling for profit instead of making cuts.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Then reinvest the money,
Yes.
See, I know what I'm doing at West Ham. See, I'm 24 years old. Give me a job in your scouting department.
You know what I mean, Doug? Like, yo, listen, man. I'd rather have you than like Jack Sullivan showing his father like YouTube videos of players. Like, I'd rather have you like going in depth about it. Like,
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
the half conversion is I do watch YouTube videos of the players, and everyone's going to say, "Oh yeah, that's just showing the best bits." I'm a bit beyond that. I need to get an idea of the players actually like from a couple of videos rather than
Yes.
just one, and
Yes.
usually over the course of 2 seasons.
Yes. Yes.
I
So
even
you're
have,
not.
yeah. I
Yes.
even
You're
have my
not.
professional headshot for my scouting job.
No.
See,
Like, there you go. There it is. There it is. yeah, there's the boy there. But it's not like you're just watching like one video and being like, oh wow, I'm
No.
blown away. You're watching like one video from this season, the next video from another season. You're watching different videos and then uh, um, making a logical decision of
Yeah.
what
Right.
that player is best at doing, where he would fit in our team, rather than just looking at the player like, oh wow, he scores goals, gets assists, like he can ping the ball in left, right. Like, no, I
Mm.
get you. I get you. You
Well,
put a lot of work into this, man.
a process usually goes like it's not really random. I suppose what it is that I'll go and look in the European League and I'll think, okay, Bundesliga, Liga, Serie A. I'll look at a few
Hmm.
teams there. I think, who's a good team in that league? But when, I won't look at like AC Milan, Inter from Italy. I won't look at like Bayern Munich because I know that's not realistic for us.
Yeah, I get you.
So I'm not gonna go to some massive team where we're not gonna sign anybody because they're gonna absolutely blow our wage bill out of the water.
Yeah.
So I look at like maybe mid to higher end table teams there. I'll
Yep.
go through the team squad and I'll look at a few players. I'll look at ages, I take that, and then I think, what's the local media said about the player?
Yeah.
What has
Good.
social media said about the player?
Good.
And then okay, if I like what I see, I'll then go on YouTube and go skills and all that.
Yep.
Then I watch a couple of videos. I write down a few notes in this red book,
Hmm.
and then that's about it.
But it like that logic all adds up because you're seeing what people are saying about the player. You're looking at the player on his best skills and technical play, and then you're kind of taking the West Ham squad into your head and saying, okay, he'd fit here the best because that. No, it's not random at all. It's very well thought through, if you ask me, and I applaud you for that, man. So we had the Piero, excuse me, and then the first boy. What was his name?
Well, we have here and we had Vindal. I think that's what it says. We've Vindal.
That's it. So
Vindal. Oh, I didn't
that's the
describe what his style of play.
that's the Netherlands boy. Yeah, the first one, Netherlands boy, or no?
Two Dutch.
Oh wow, yeah. You can't go wrong. You can't go. They know how to play football, man. Like them Croatians. Like my favorite country used to be Bosnia Herzegovina. I thought like
My
the
mum's been.
footballers that came out of there were mad.
My
They
mum's been.
Yugoslavia, like when that was a thing, like they like honestly, that was because you had all the countries like connected when Yugoslavia was on. That was just mad. But your third, okay, so your first player's name
I
is what?
Joe Piro. Well, I didn't get onto describing Vindal's style of play.
Okay, hold on. That was
Oh yeah.
Piro was your first player?
Yes.
Okay, and your second, or did you mention the second yet or no?
Yeah, Vindal. Owen Vindal.
Vindoff, that's it. Okay,
Yeah,
so
style of play.
Piro's style of play, please explain.
So Vindal actually, it's Vindal. So
Oh, sorry,
Vindal,
Vindoff. Yep.
he is described in the Dutch media as a modern day fullback, and having watched the videos of him, that is actually it's a cliche term, but I can see why it's used for him. He
Okay.
shows forward progression and helps his team to attack in a lot of ways.
Okay.
Now, Arne Slot, the current head coach of AZ Alkmaar, I've watched a few Alkmaar videos. One thing I do notice is that he tends to play
Yep.
possession-based football. Now, this does not have a disadvantage. I say it does not have a disadvantage.
Does
for
he hold on
Weindl.
to the ball too much though, James?
No,
Okay. Continue.
because, as I'm about to say, he plays from the back and it's encouraged that he passes from the back. So Weindl uses this mentality to go forward. He tends to play invertedly to cover the midfield and to get wingers more room to run with. And he'll cut into the midfield to make to mark an opposing midfielder rather, and allowing his teammates more time to pass the ball and to get into space.
Okay. Okay. So he holds on to the ball enough where the player's able to run off the ball to the point there in open areas, and then bing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He has been crucial on the linking up with wingers. Massive talent.
Okay. Okay. So See, you have Declan Rice, who basically he breaks up the play in the midfield. Yeah.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it make sense having somebody like the boy there? What's his name again, Doug?
Windle, I think it's pronounced.
Vindor. I'm gonna call him Windor. Like so, Windor. He breaks it up on the wing, like on the left to the right. Don't you think that would? Excuse me. Don't you think that would benefit us or no?
Oh, breaking it up on the left and the right.
Well, you got Deckers and Suchek breaking
Yeah.
play up in the middle. You have Bowen and even Ben Rama of late, like breaking play up on the wings. If we had a tactician who was able to like break up play on the left or the right, like coming down from the wings, don't you think that would benefit us?
Yeah, I think so. We need someone who can carry the ball more into the opposition half,
Yep.
I think, and then transition it. That's what Vindal does a lot of. And him playing inadvertently gives the midfield a little bit more cover, but it doesn't mean that Vindal leaves his side of the field out on hanging out to dry. He
Yeah.
does, but he is still defensively responsible. But he likes to play an attacking style of play, and we like attacking left backs at this club. I mean, look at Julian Dix, look at Aaron Cresswell, look at who have we had as well as a left back? Konchesky, even I think.
Konchesky he was good on his day, man. In the FA Cup,
Yeah.
that was mad. That goal he scored, do you remember that?
No, I've seen it.
Oh, he scored a goal. He was playing left back, my friend. And I always thought he looked like E.T. because he was like bald and whatever, but he scored a goal. And it was like, I'd say 30 yards out. And he just, like, I think it was like top right corner. And it was one of the best goals I ever seen. And he wasn't your typical goal scorer, James. But this goal, please, like, go on YouTube, look at Paul Konchesky goal in the FA Cup against Liverpool. It was so sad hearing the news. Like after they beat Chelsea, it was like they only got this far in the FA Cup like since West Ham, and that was 2006, man. And it went to penalties and too similar. It was the last strike from Steven Gerrard. 4 minutes to go. I was counting down the minutes, man. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then rocket. Oh, that was a hard pill to swallow. But
Well,
no, I hear you. This boy, like he sounds like he can break up play on the wing. I like that, and he goes forward.
yeah,
I like that.
that's good.
I like that, man. I like that. Like, and he's fast, yeah?
Yeah, it's quite fast.
Who, like, if you were going to compare him to a player that we already have, what quickness or speed rate would you say he'd compare with for somebody we already have in the squad?
I'd say maybe someone like Pablo Fornals. He's not really rapid, but he can.
He gets around.
He gets around.
Okay. No, I like that. I like that, man. So we got our left back, and then the other boy was like attacking, kind of winger, but he could play central. Pirlo, and then your third one. Who's number three? And you can pick from any, because I asked you to start from the bottom and go to the top, and then top to the bottom. No, top to the bottom to the top to the bottom.
Okay.
You can pick anybody.
All right.
Let me hear it.
So we're staying in the Netherlands for the next player, but he's not
Like,
done.
now you're gonna be eating like Danishes, like Danish croissants and things, Doc. How do you mean? You're turning into like a Dutchman, Doc. Why all these Dutch players? Why, like, what like
Get some right naughty players in there, right, and some decent left footers.
that's
Look at Arjen
okay.
Robben.
I'm down for that. I'm down. So please tell me about this player. What's his name?
Luis Sinisterra.
Flipping now, try saying that 5 times. Okay, Luis Sinisterra. Okay, Sinatra. Okay, where does he play? What is
He's a
he good
winger.
at?
He's a
What
left
is he
winger.
bad at? Oh, left. See, left. Of course, yeah. Go on.
A left winger who is Colombian. He's 22 and he plays for Feyenoord.
Okay. They're usually in the Champions League, aren't they?
Are they in the final of the Europa Conference League?
No.
I
No,
think they are, you know.
Europa Conference League. My bad. When you say Europa, I just think of like whatchamacallit, Rangers and Frankfurt. Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah,
The Conference League, they
they are.
might be.
They are.
They might be, man.
They are. They are. They're playing Roma.
There you go. Big up. There you go. So, like, sorry, just to go off tangents again, who are players on Fenyard right now who are like kind of lighting up the scene? Obviously, this
Feyenoord.
boy's one of them, but who
Oh,
else?
Gus Till, who's probably their best player. I've got another Feyenoord player that's mentioned later down the line in
Yep.
this list. Sinistera, they have. That's about it, really, as far as their attacking options go.
Mm-hmm.
They're a good team, though, Feyenoord. I mean, I think this is the team that Dirk Kuyt played for.
Oh, that's the boy that played for Liverpool, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was underrated, I think, man. I think he was because I remember wasn't he on the team in the Champions League final when they played AC Milan?
Yes, he was.
He was underrated, man. He was. I watched that. I watched that with my uncle in Surrey, at in Stoneleigh, Surrey, at a local pub called Stoneleys, and yeah, he was. He was. That's when they had that boy. Who was it? The boy with the funny hair. Cisse, wasn't it? Cisse. Remember him, dog? And I think he missed a penalty. Or he might have got one, but I think he missed one. But like, yeah, that Jemba Cisse or whatever his name
Gibril
was,
Cisse.
Cisse. What was his name, Doug?
Gibril Cisse.
That's it. That's it. And that's when Gerard was playing for them. Suarez was playing for them. No.
Gerard was playing at the time. It was Gerard, Xabi Alonso, Pepe Reina, Daniel Agger, John Anrisa.
Yeah. Okay. Risa.
You know the scouts.
I,
Morientes.
I, yeah. Like Brethren, let me just tell you, I've seen that ginger-headed nut Risa score some of the most beautiful free kicks
Oh,
ever. Like, and the ball, he wouldn't like dive and dip it or like bend it like Beckham. It would be like, it would go from the ground like it was a plane taking off and just like whoosh, right into the top corner. It would like, what a player he was. Like, he looked like Steve Lomas, but I wish Steve Lomas was as good as him. Honestly.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he was a different kettle of fish. So this boy, the boy you're talking about now, who I cannot pronounce the name of, his like, why'd you want him? Why'd you want him at West Ham? What could he do to West Ham to make them better and fill in holes that we're lacking right now?
He's explosive. I think what we lack in the final third is explosiveness because Antonio does not have explosiveness. Really,
I disagree with you. I disagree with that. I think Antonio does have explosiveness, man.
There's another side to that. Antonio hasn't necessarily been finishing his chances.
Okay, but that's not explosiveness. That's like shooting it in Rosette and hitting an astronaut, like West Ham Clips would say. But like, I find him explosive. Like,
Well,
when he takes a man on, they're scared. Like, they were scared today. Manchester City were scared. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah. Well, Sinistera explodes the most over a short distance to take the ball further, and he has the acceleration about him. He scored 11 goals in the Europa Conference League this season.
Yeah.
So he's a European adapted player. Feyenoord really are a Europa League team. They're not a Europa Conference team.
Go on.
He's
Yeah.
got a lot of experience in the Europa League. And this is what interests me. The fact he's doing really well in Europe is a draw in. I don't care about the Eredivisie. He's a draw and he's doing well in Europe. This last season, it's statistically been his best. He's got 12 goals in 28 games, and that's actually pretty. And Jared Bowen's got 12 goals this season as well. So for a winger, that's not a bad statistic. You have to think about it.
No.
He's quite a well-rounded winger. He's got good dribbling, heading, and attacking characteristics. He dribbles mainly down the right to cut into opposition defenders. And I watched this heat map. Man, the whole right side of the field is dark red.
Hold on. Where's it dark red though? Like where?
or it's all on the wing. That's where he penetrates.
Like left side,
Yeah.
right side, left side.
Um, left side.
Okay,
I get too confused. Yeah, it's left side, left side, left side, left side,
okay,
left
okay,
side.
okay.
Yes, left side, left. And he's improved his passing rate this season. He's got a 60.2% successful dribble rate.
That's
Not
not bad.
not awful,
No, it's not the best, but it's not that
and it's
bad.
actually a career high for him.
What do you think? What do you think? If okay, his dribbling rate is like 62 or some shit. What do you think Matsuaku's is? Because I put Matsuaku right up there with him, like dribble wise.
Yeah, Masuaka's actually got an underrated dribble rate. I think thinking about that, actually, yeah, you're right about that. I mean, a lot of people just slag him off because he's poor defensively, but he's got a good
Nah,
dribble
but
rate.
in the middle, he can dribble, dog. Like
Oh yeah,
that's his like. I think that's his biggest strength. And yeah, no, that's all I wanted to say. Yeah, I think yeah. So if this boy can do it and score 12 goals, that's like Matsuaku with the end product.
yeah,
Gotcha. I feel you,
exactly.
man. I feel you. I like that. I like that, man. I like that because we still need that element that Matsuaku brings regarding, and I know Budgie is a big supporter of Matsuaku, and I don't doubt him neither. I like Matsuaku, but he's just good in the middle. If they were able to utilize him more in the middle than as a defenseman and attacking winger, I think he'd be flipping sublime. But this
Uh,
boy sounds like he can be a bit of like, have your cake and eat it too, where he
hmm.
can dribble in the middle, but he can get you those goals. Like, you know what I mean? That's a good scout right there.
I think
That's a good scout right there, James.
Vindal and Sinistera, we would have our left side sorted with Vindal and Sinistera.
That's what I'm
Honestly,
saying.
our left side would be completely. So that Martin Trevor guy that I mentioned on the last video,
Yep,
get
yep,
him
yep.
and Vindal both on that left, and
No, done, done, done. Now then on the right, are you backing Kufa or are you backing Ben Johnson? Like in the behind, like not in the behind, but in the back.
for now, Vladimir Sofal, because I think
Okay,
he's more of an assister than Ben Johnson. But I do like Ben Johnson. So that's a tough one.
right?
I would prefer Sofal because I think him and Bowen have that connectivity more. Don't forget, Sofal was always crossing into Bowen
Yep,
when in Sofal's first season, and Bowen finishing it off. So they have that
yep.
already that existing chemistry. Ben Johnson just needs to build that chemistry.
Sorry, pardon me.
Ben Johnson just needs to work on that a little bit. But Ben Johnson's got all the credentials to be a good right back.
Oh,
He,
and
he,
he's
he
young.
locks onto
He's
players.
young.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
he
he's
can learn
like
from Vladimir maybe.
yeah, and then you got like your boy like Harrison Ashby, like
Oh yeah,
everybody has been raving about Harrison Ashby, and I see it. I see it.
yeah.
I do see it. But I also see Langello on the left. But like if we get the two boys you're talking about on the left, like I, Cresswell, he's magic, and I think that injury. I was talking to Lawrence Watkins earlier this evening, and he was saying about Cresswell, and he was saying that like we need somebody that can step in. And he had to step in when he's not like ready to play or he's not fit to play. And he said after that injury that he had when he ran into the post, he hasn't been the same. And I said, well, maybe like a good preseason, a good like, when they take time off, he might be able
Mm.
to recuperate, and you might see him do a Lanzini because I think Lanzini's come back to like his finest form.
Uh,
And you're spot on in the sense that yeah, we do have Cresswell on the left, but getting those two players that you mentioned, and then having the likes of Langello, having the likes of Ben Rama, having the likes of the who's the boy that central, but he could go left, he could go right.
oh, Piro.
Oh, Pirlo, that's it. That's only adding options to our game. Now, here's a question: do you think we focus do you think David Moyes focuses on getting a striker like not in the Antonio mold, but like just more central? Do you think David Moyes wants that central striker like your Alan Shearers, your Ruud Van Nistelrooys? Like, do you think he wants that, or do you think he wants to play with a bunch of false number nines that they're just gonna like chip and change? What's your thoughts on that?
I think he's going to look for just a general forward. He's not going to look for a natural striker. He never really does.
He doesn't, does he?
Natural forward. I like natural forward because it allows a difference in positioning without a need to adapt. So, like Bowen can play winger or as a striker. Antonio has played as pretty much every position but goalkeeper.
You're right. You're right. What about Sonny Perkins? Sonny Perkins. Do you think he has what it takes to cut it in the Premier League?
I don't know until he plays.
Well, he played and he scored a goal on his debut. You know what I mean? Like I do. Do you think?
I think he's got something.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. What about Jay Lings? Would you bring Jay Lings back?
I wouldn't say no, but at the same time, as that ship kind of set, this is the thing that holds this club back. Is we obsess over one target all the time, pursue it endlessly, and then lose it. That's why I haven't mentioned Jesse Lingard in this, and that's why I actually, to an extent, I would welcome Jesse Lingard back, but I wouldn't welcome him back at the same time. You're going to welcome in a very out of form, low in confidence, and very emotionally drained player, and it might take a little bit of time to get that back up. You only do that through playing, but I wouldn't say no, but at the same time, would I say yes?
What like when you said about how we kind of focus on one player and then just like continue just to focus on that one player? Do you remember when we were after that Colombian backer?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Nah.
Brethren, we were after this striker from Colombia. I'm pretty sure he was Colombian. Might have been Brazilian. I don't know. He was South American. And we were after this boy Baca for like 1 season, 2 season, 3 season, 4. We never got him. But we were like, just to add to your point, we were after this man, like, that's the only person we wanted to sign. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, I hear you with the whole Jay Lings thing. Like, yeah, you take him back, but at the same time, you'd be like, nah, you can go. Like, I would take him back. I would. I think that I don't think he's been given a fair shot at Manchester United. I think that he needs a run of games to get in a run of form. But he's not getting any younger.
No. This is
right?
30.
That's what I'm saying. And it's like, then you got Rashford. Like, Rashford is linked with us. I asked James Fever tonight from E20 Zone TV, and he was saying, like, yeah, he'd take Rashford all day long. Would you?
Rashi, yeah.
There you go.
I would, because I see that as another player. Well, here's one thing. I'd say yes, but he's got to change all this, not that he's doing a bad thing for charity with all this poverty. I think that's great, but it's like he's like being a social media campaigner. It's because it's developing a little bit of like a cult of personality with him. He'll need to tone that down if he wants to play in a David Moyes team.
Yeah, I agree with that, because he might think he's bigger than the David Moyes team. I get you. I get you. If there was one player from, just to go off, like, because I know you got your scouting stuff down, but if there was one player that you would like to see in the midfield, and I was talking to James, the other James, because your name is James too. I was talking to the other James, and I was saying I'd love to see Ruben Loftus-Cheek at our club, and I thought it was disgusting the other day when he got subbed on and then subbed off. And I know Ross Barkley scored the penalty, great, good for you, but he could have taken somebody else off. Would you fancy a player like Ruben Loftus-Cheek at West Ham?
Yeah, I've already mentioned one, I believe, in this. I'd take either Matteo Pessina or Marcus Antonio in that position.
I remember you talking about Marcus Antonio. Yep, I remember that.
I mentioned him on Twitter to someone, and they said, you know what, that's actually a good shot, and he's worth about £5 million.
That's nothing, because Ruben Loftus
Getting
Cheek would
snapped
cost
up
at
now.
least like 35 to 45
Getting snapped
million.
up. Marcus Antonio's under the radar baller.
Those are the players we need to sign. That's like when we signed Payet, he was like 10 million. And we already had, like, with what you were saying earlier about us having agreements already pre-done before the summer. Payet's agreement was done, I think, in like February or January, maybe March. Like, it was done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he came in, and I thought, like, I know he's a snake. I know he slithers in the grass and all them things. But I thought he was one of the best footballers beside Tevez, beside DiCanio, beside Joe Cole that I've ever seen. Like, similar type of play that I've ever seen at West Ham United.
Yeah.
He was special, man. And this Marcus Antonio, reason I brought that up wasn't just to say those names. The reason I brought that up was because I think that this Marcus Antonio would be similar to those signings.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yep.
So
Yep.
would the Chilean.
Yep. And what was his name again, man?
Marcelo Allende.
There you go. There you go. See, like, oh, go knock on Rob Newman's door, kick him in the head, and say, "I'm taking your job," and then
I'll
just
find his
like,
address.
like, yo, why not? Why not?
Probably shouldn't say that. Okay, but no, no. Look, if anyone watches,
Regin, I'll buy
Scotland
your plane ticket, Doc.
Yeah.
I'll buy your
Scotland
plane
Yard or
ticket,
anyone
and you
watching
just
this, I
knock
do
on, you
not-
just go to London Stadium, knock on
I
the
do
man's
not
door,
intend
kick
to
him in his head, and be
trespass on Rob
like,
Newman's
"My
property.
job." Come
I
again?
don't intend to break in. I don't intend to break into Rob Newman's house or anything. I'm not a burglar or a.
Okay, well,
home
listen,
invader.
I'm not a burglar neither, but I'll knock down the door, Doc. I'm like 5 foot nothing, soaking wet, like 100 pounds soaking wet, Doc. I will break in to the man's flipping office just so you can get in there, and then I give you the pleasure of kicking him in his, like, I don't know, earlobe, or kicking him in his, like, pinky finger, and then being like, "I'm taking your job," ha ha, like some Cartman shit off of South Park, Doc. Like, you need to, like, yo, this talent is being wasted, man. Like, you need to get in touch with the club. Like, you had big news the other day, didn't you? You had big news the other day. It wasn't scouting. Was it scouting? But you said something about how you were doing big things. With Hammer's News or Hammer something.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
oh yeah.
Thank
So
you.
actually, I've been writing for Green Street Hammers for a while now. I haven't had much time to do
That's
it
it.
because of work and life,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
so I actually am writing about the players I'm talking about
Love it.
for them.
Love it. Love it. And what's the media what's the media thing called?
It's GreenStreetHammers.com
Yep.
on Fansided. My profile will be on there somewhere. James Snedden will be on there somewhere. It's
Wicked.
the same Avi as my channel. Me looking at the computer wearing this jacket.
I love that, by the way. I love that. It reminds me of the retro, like what was it, the Trevor Brookings shirt with, like, the claret blue hoops and white. I love it. But you know what? You just to, like, keep the names alike, you got to get on Budgie Show, Green Street Elite. I know you've been on there before, I think, but you need to get on there more, because, like, the Green Street Hammers, and then you got Green Street Elite. That will open up people's ears, man. And you just, like, put two things on Twitter. You know what I mean? That would help his channel out. It would help you out with people reading the publications that you're putting on the Green Street Hammers. Just an idea, Doc. Just an idea, man. And then
think
we'll
I
go.
will.
Then we'll go to London Stadium, and then I'll kick down Rob Newman's door, and I'll be like, "Yo, the man's here. Get out." You won't even have to kick him, Doc. We'll just,
Yeah,
like,
I'll
kick
be
down
like-
the door. Get out.
I'll
Trust
just
me.
kick down the door and I'll be like, Alexa, play Respect by Notorious B.I.G. And then just have Biggest Smalls playing it background and just walk up to him like, "I'm here to get your
Kick
job."
in the door, wave it in the 4-4. Trust me. Trust me. Okay, let's hear the fourth player. I want to hear the fourth player, dog.
Hey, we're going back to the attack, but this time we're not in the Netherlands. We're in Germany, which is next door.
Okay, no,
It's
we
just,
went.
it's not just higher altitude
Yeah,
and
yeah,
different language.
No, trust me. We went from some Dutch food to, like, Oktoberfest. I hear you. Okay, what position?
Forward.
Love it.
Tall. Literally,
Love
you
it.
look at him, just like Jurassic Park. Like
Lots
this.
of dinosaur things, like
Like
Tyrannosaurus
this.
Rex things, dog.
Jeff Goldblum and like Richard Attenborough and Sam Neill are like this. When they see him, they're like,
Yo, this guy's not joking around. This guy's
Alright.
not joking around. Jeff Goldblum and Richard. Yo. Okay, so tell me, because I'll tell you, when me and Lawrence were talking today, pick up Lawrence Watkins, but when me and him were talking earlier on today, he was like, we need big players. And that's why I just brought his name up, because like you just said, this guy's like dinosaur, like massive, like center forward. What is his preferred foot? Left, right?
oh, my guy. Let me check my notes. I actually didn't manage to get what foot he was because he seems to run with both, but I think he's
Well,
mainly
that's
right-footed.
That's like I'm a big fan of left footers, but like you already brought like two of them in, so this might be able to balance it out. So continue.
So his name is Sasha Kalajdzic.
Sasha Kalajdzic, okay?
He was born in Austria to Bosnian parents.
Okay.
Initially, he never played as a forward. He actually used to play as a holding midfielder because he idolised Nemanja Matic, maybe because of the Eastern European Balkan connection.
Mm-hmm.
But then he decided, I don't like playing holding midfielder because it's a little bit boring, so I think I'd like to go top a bit more. So in his second season for Stuttgart, he often played as a lone striker. And this helped him to score 16 goals and to guide his team to 9th in the league table.
Nice.
He plays international football for Austria, but he's eligible to play for Bosnia and Herzegovina through his parents. But he chooses Austria because it's a little bit more well known than Bosnia, in his opinion.
I'm talking about, dog. Bosnia and Austrians, brilliant footballers, dog. Okay,
So,
continue, please.
what can I say about him? When you look at it, Craig Dawson will look at this bloke and say, "Look at the size of that fucker." When he sees him, 6'7".
He's like a basketball player, dog. Like,
It's like Luka Doncic.
you get what I'm saying? Peter Crouch things, dog. What the?
He's
Okay,
been
go on.
compared to Peter Crouch.
Yeah, right.
He's known as the Peter Crouch of the Bundesliga because he's that
Oh, my
tall and
days.
lanky.
There you go. Is he
A
good
lanky
with?
tall.
Is he good with his feet?
Yeah, and good with his head. Well, mainly good with his head. With a height like that, you'd expect his vertical to jump about, 10 feet or something?
Yeah, easy. 10, 11,
Yeah.
12 feet, dog. Like easy.
He'll be
Please
dunking footballs into the goal. He's very quick. For his height, you usually think that tall players are like clumsy and stuff, but he's actually very quick and mobile for his height, and he's got good technical ability, link-up play, and drops back before he goes forward. It's like a one step backwards, but at least I'll go 3 steps forward kind of thing for him.
I like that.
So go back and get the ball, and then come forward and charge it. He always says that every time he does interviews, he always mentions, "I know I'm the tallest player in the Bundesliga. You know, it's just I've got that tall gene in my family, but I love it. I'm tallest, and it just makes it difficult in team photos because I have to go at the back."
See, like, pardon the pun, but I'm telling you, like, if you get a tall boy like that, 6'7", who is good with his feet and good with his head, because Peter Crouch wasn't the best with his head. Like, he was good with his feet, I found, but not so much good with his head. Like, he just have to, like, do that and whatever, but he couldn't really get it on target too many times. But this boy, Austrian / Bosnia Herzegovina, or however you say that, like, that's a footballer, dog. That is a football. He probably, like, eat, bled, sweat, shat football growing up. Like, honest to goodness. Like, did he grow up in Austria?
He grew up in Austria. He was born in Austria. He's got Austrian passport.
Okay, beautiful. So has
parents
he
are
ever played
refugees.
with Marko Arnautovic or no?
He has.
Love it.
They're both of the same ethnic origin.
I beg your pardon?
They're both of the same ethnic origin.
No, I know that because they're both Austrian. But like, I think I remember seeing this guy before.
He played in Euro 2020.
Yeah, I have seen this guy before, and he was decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good. Yo, well, you pulled that out your back pocket. James, what are you doing? Wow, you pulled that out your back pocket, man. And how old is he?
24. So it's my age.
Beautiful. So every player you've gone through so far is like 24 to 26.
Yeah, 20. Yeah.
Love it. 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 That, that's what. David Moyes, when he came to us, he was all about the Red Bull model. What you're talking about is the Red Bull model. Honest.
Get me signed up to that club.
I know. I know.
I
I know.
will.
I know. You'd have a heyday. Like, from the rumors I hear of, like, and I said it before, I'll say it again. Like Jack Sullivan just going on YouTube, this and that. He's just watching 1, 2 videos, like, and getting flabbergasted. You are doing your due diligence and, like, okay, let's see how he is this year. Let's see how he is that year. Let's see what he's done. Let's see his personality. Let's see this. Let's see, like, you're not just scraping the surface. You're going in deep. You know what I mean? And I respect that. I really respect that, man. I
Indeed.
really respect that. I really respect that. So he's 22. You said 24, 22,
Oh, 24.
and he is. You know if he's left or right footed? Is this a guy that, like, is both footed?
I don't really know exactly what footed he is. All I cared about
Okay.
was his goal scoring and everything else. I don't really pay attention to the feet for the record.
Okay.
The
What
feet to
about?
me
Yeah.
is not always that relevant. It's everything else in between.
Okay. So what about his? Because I know you've done your research. What about his running off the ball? Does he get into space? Does he take players with him? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, he's a counter attack player. He likes to
That's
get that
perfect for
space.
Moyes, man.
He likes to. He likes to. He doesn't like to architect the. I'll admit this. He doesn't like to architect the counter attack. That doesn't
Yeah,
happen in his position, but he likes to try and get on the end of it.
yeah.
So I'll take that. And how do you get on the end of a counter attack? You make space for yourself.
That's
You
it.
watch the run of the ball,
Yeah,
make space for yourself, and run to where the ball goes. Again, it's the thing for people. I've said this to people before, but I'll just reiterate it. If I were a manager, I'd
yeah.
be unique because I'd have my team play psychologically chess, not checkers. I don't believe in the physical aspects of the game. I believe in using the mental strength of the game
Makes
to get
sense.
past players.
It
This
makes sense.
requires a little bit of intelligence. It
Yep.
requires self sufficiency, street smart, and sometimes a little bit of deception to get your opponent off guard.
Yeah.
Um, Always keep your opponent second guessing, but always know what you're doing pre-planned, and don't let your game plan get too overcomplicated. That's just my role. The players I look at are players that don't try and overcomplicate matters, but they do. But they just I watch what they're doing off the ball. I watch the body language and just see how they react to different situations.
Makes
Kalajdzic, for
sense.
example,
It makes sense.
always acts to get on the ball when it's coming through. He's just got the need to attack it. And usually, because he has played as an attacking midfielder before, he'll go straight.
And that's what we were talking about before. Yep.
So
Yep.
it gets a
Yep.
one-on-one.
Yep. It's like goal orientated behavior.
It
Like,
is.
excuse me, you have a goal in mind, and if you're playing football, you have a goal in mind, your position, to do what you do, go straight, take the man on, be good off the ball, drag players away, goal orientated, like, opportunities, they can lead to so much success, man. And this boy sounds
Mm.
like he has it.
Yeah, that's success.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed, man. So okay, number five. Who is number
So
five?
five. Well, I've only got five actually for the show because I only did
Yeah, yeah.
five because of time. Number five. Now, I believe you set me a challenge, James. Find a Czech player.
Yep, I did.
So I took up what Pete said, and I went and
Thank
looked
you.
for a Czech player.
Love it.
Even though this was difficult, I had to end up googling. Well, who's a good young Czech player?
Okay.
And I didn't look at anyone playing any. Thomas Kolas doesn't count because he's actually out of my age range. He plays for Bristol City in the Championship, but he's out of my age range.
Mm-hmm. How
Um,
old is Thomas Class?
I think he's like 29.
Okay, nice.
So,
Okay, good, good, good.
so I found a 19-year-old centre back who can play as a left back who plays for Daniel Kretinsky's Sparta Prague, and his name is Martin Vitic.
You mentioned, sorry to interject, but you mentioned another boy who was at like this club, that club, and he also played for Sparta. So there's links in it where Kaczynski can like go and get those players.
Oh, like what? That Adam Polojek? That wasn't me who mentioned him.
No, you mentioned a player tonight that you said he played for this team, that team, and he played for Sparta.
That was
And
Sparta Rotterdam. No, no, no. That
oh,
was
different
no.
now.
He played for Sparta Rotterdam.
Ah, my bad, my bad, my bad. Okay, okay, my
Sparta
bad,
probably
my bad.
Sparta probably just me as a reference to Gerard Butler kicking someone down a well.
Yes, got you, got you, got you. Big up Gerard Butler. Yes, okay, I got you, I got you, I got you. So this boy plays for Kaczynski's like second team, first team, however you want to look at it.
Yeah, the team that he has a majority stakeholding in the Czech
Yes,
Republic.
yes. So he will be able to get this boy if he wants, and he's
Yeah,
Czech.
yeah.
And
So,
what is his flavor of the month? What makes him like, makes him West Ham worthy, basically.
um, well, one, he's got good set piece presence,
That's one of our strong points in it. So
so
yeah, continue.
that immediately drew my attention in.
Yeah, I hear that.
He's quite tenacious and he tackles with care. And when he's moving the ball, he takes it to the upper lines using vision to make good passes to a defensive midfielder.
Mhm.
And I like my centre backs to cooperate with the defensive midfielder because I think the defensive midfielder is still defensive in nature and has to
Yeah,
work with the centre backs.
makes
Vitic for
sense.
me, his hand-eye coordination, well, ball-foot coordination as well, impressed me.
Okay, like okay, explain.
So his coordination, how he's able to know what to do with the ball and how to monitor where it can go instead of just hoofing it. And
Yeah.
he's showing quite a lot of stamina and confidence for his age as well. Played his debut at the age of 17 in the Europa League,
Okay.
and he's played for the Czech Republic under-21 team, but he's played at U15, 16, and 17 level. So,
Interesting.
and he's also a lifelong Sparta Prague fan and academy graduate. So Kuczynski's probably going to know the name Martin Vitic.
Oh,
Probably
he
might even know his
definitely would. He
parents.
definitely
Yeah,
would. He definitely would, man. He
yeah,
100% he would. Like that's his that's his team, innit? Like
yeah,
that's his bread and butter. Like honestly, like there's been other players that we've been linked with from there, but they haven't come through. But it's
yeah.
like no, this boy sounds this boy and what nationality is this boy? Well, no, he's Czech Republic. You said it.
Yeah,
Hence
right.
Sparta Prague. Yeah, apologize. Um. Oh yeah. And how tall is this boy?
He's over 6 foot. I think he's about 6'3", something like
So
that.
big boys. You're messing around
So
with some giants, dog.
I'm 6 foot for the record, so he's a little bit taller than
Okay.
me.
Okay. But you're like talking about like 6 foot. Well, you're 6 foot, 6'4", 6'7". You're not talking about like
6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot,
foot
one,
tall.
six, six
You
foot,
got me.
7 foot, 8 foot.
There you go. But it's like, yeah, no, you're talking about like basically everything Law Watkins was saying like this afternoon. You're reinforcing everything he was talking about. Getting big players in there with
Right.
skill,
Yeah,
with ambition, where either they can defend or they can go forward. They can play both wings. They can get back tackle. They're good in aerial duels. Like, what was your thought on Kurt Zuma's performance today?
well, yesterday I thought Sumo
Oh,
was
sorry,
actually
yesterday.
very.
My bad, my bad,
I
my
thought he
bad.
was very solid, actually.
Yeah, I thought so
Thought he put
too.
in a pretty good game. I thought Dawson was amazing. He
Yeah,
good.
I thought Dawson was amazing. I thought Zuma was amazing. I thought Antonio was amazing. I thought Rice was just like, what do we have to do to keep hold of this boy? Because he is just so special. And next season, that armband is his. And I have so much respect for Rice when Noble comes on. I know it was
I do.
Noble's last game, but it doesn't matter. Every time Noble comes on, the armband, he takes it off, gives it to the boy. And I respect that. You're respecting your elders, you're respecting the captain. But next season,
he's the captain. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. And it wouldn't surprise me if he becomes the captain of England as well as, like,
Who's to say
honest
he
to
can't go
goodness.
past? Sky's his limit.
Oh, it is. It really is. I just want to see him stay at West Ham for as long as he can because we,
Making the most of it.
yeah, and it's not just him. It's like he could be in the team without the likes of Suchek. He could be in the team without the likes of Fornals and Bowen and
Hmm.
Antonio, and he might not shine the same, but I think he would. I think he
Hmm.
could walk into any top six club in the world and make it his own, like he's done at West Ham. Um,
Yeah,
excuse me, I really do. But I think some of the players around him kind of get undermined because of his brilliance. They get undermined because he is so brilliant. But I
mm.
think they help out too. But he really adds a lot of sugar to the cookie, man. Like he is. I never. I was saying this earlier. I never like seen why everybody was so hype about Patrick Vieira and who else? Roy Keane and who else, man? Who's the other boy? Yaya Torre. I never saw
Yeah, yeah,
the
the beast.
right, but I never saw the hype about it. And I was telling my dad that today, and my dad was like, you know why? I was like, why? He's like, because you didn't understand football back then. Like, you were too young and you didn't understand football back then. And now that I do, I can appreciate the likes of Patrick Vieira. I can appreciate the likes of Yaya Torre. I can appreciate the likes of Roy Keane and Hayden Mullins. Like, they're all players who do the dirty work. Like, they won't be the ones stand out, goal, assist, and all this and that. But they're the reason why we got the ball in the first place to get that assist and get that goal. Do you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Yeah. So out of all your Scott, like your five, and we'll do another five like this time next week or whenever you're available because I know you're a busy man. And I want you to be more busy at Rush Green and at the London Stadium. Real talk.
Hmm.
But like out of all the five that you mentioned, who are the dirty workers, like the Vieiras, like the Keens, like the Yaya Torres and Hayden Mullins? Like, what one would you put up to kind of go on the same wavelength as them?
What to be like? What midfield wise?
Yeah, like just breaking up play, a break up play,
Break
just
up
a
play, break up play,
natural
break up
break
play,
up
break up
play.
play, break up play. Let me have a look back at my
Yep,
notes.
take your time,
We
man.
have two. We have Eric Gutierrez.
Yep.
I think Marcus Antonio. No, he's not a breakup player. He's not
Okay.
the ball moving player.
Okay.
Maybe if you're looking for a breakup the player, let's go with Nicholas Melamed.
What's his name, Doc?
Nicholas Melamed. I believe that I mentioned him in the last video. He plays. He's a
You did.
midfielder who plays
You
for
did.
Espanyol.
You
Yeah,
did.
the one
You
that
did.
compared to Santi
Yep.
Cazorla.
Carzola.
Yeah, he was compared to him, but he does have a bit of a
That's
defensive
you said
attribute
that. You
about him.
said that in the
Yeah,
video too. That he was compared to him.
hmm.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. And where's he from?
Melamed, he's Spanish.
Okay, dope. That's why you compared him to Carzola. Nice. Style of play similar to Carzola.
Yeah, he's got low center of gravity.
Love it. How tall is this boy?
Nicholas Melamed. I actually don't know his height. I don't think he's. Well, I don't think he's about 5'11", 6 foot.
Okay, so he's big
Kind
enough
of.
to like run with the big boys, but low. I see. I love low center of gravity, and it's not just because I'm like small man, but it's like
Mm.
I see Messi, like Pele, like they weren't the biggest Joe Cole. They weren't the biggest footballers, but it always looked like the ball is like glued to their feet, like, and they're able. Their balance is unbelievable. And you need that as well as these like big dinosaur, like you said, the big dinosaur giants like the Peter Crouch boy.
that from Austria and Bosnia Herzegovina or whatever, you need a balance of like players who aren't like crazy crazy tall, but they're not crazy crazy small either, and they have that
Yeah.
low center of gravity. I hear
I
you.
don't like I don't like too tiny players.
No,
I mean,
no,
they do
no.
got
Like,
advantages, but
come
they.
again?
I don't like really small players, but I do like, creative players.
One
No,
hundred
that's
percent.
kind of
Like
thing.
Messi. How tall is Messi?
Not very.
That's what I'm saying. And like people that like have these thoughts of like, oh, only big players can like play in the game, and and I know you don't. I'm just using this as a reference, but like people that have this idea and ideology that, oh yeah, they all need to be big giant dinosaur things, like, or they're not good. It's like I agree with the fact that yeah, you need that height, you need that bulk, you need that physicality of them. But like Iniesta said it the best when he's like Messi off the pitch, he looks like a choir boy, but when he gets on the pitch, he looks like a beast. And it's like he's no taller than me, dog. You know what I mean? So it's
Hmm.
like you need a balance. And
Yeah.
the way you've done it tonight, you brought like a 6'4" man up in the squad. You put a 6'7" man up in the squad. You brought like a 5'10" man up in the squad. Like that. Can you just like knock on Rob Newman's door already, dog? Just tell him to open and tell him like, yo, your job's done.
Knock,
I'm
knock,
taking over.
knocking on Newman's door.
Oh my gosh,
Hey,
kicking the door,
hey,
waving the
hey,
four
hey.
four.
Knock,
Honestly, you're
knock,
killing me,
knocking
man.
on Newman's
You're killing me,
door.
man. You're killing me, man.
Oh, yeah. Knock, knock, knocking on Newman's door.
And you can be like the karaoke singer for the club, dog. Straight up, yo. But it's like, yo, you got it like down to a science, my G. You have it down to a science. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Like, oh,
So,
when you
24-year-old British kid who lives in Canada is doing all this to work for West Ham.
Mr. Doncaster is gonna get a job at West Ham United, dog. I ain't playing with you, man. Yo, it has to be done. And you know what? All the people that have YouTube channels like Gatesy and Andy Miles and E20's on TV, Mr. James Fever, Budgie, they and Jake on JAK to the E, West Ham unofficial, they're all gonna appreciate what you think of, how you think of it, and how you want to go about it. Like, it's a talent, if you ask me.
Hmm.
Honestly, it's a talent.
Okay.
And I take my hat off to you, man. Straight up. I take my hat off to you, man. Honestly. And I can't wait for us to talk again when you got another five players. Like, I know, and nobody can tell me different. I know you already have another five players, but we're gonna span it out, spread it out. So you know what I mean? People,
Hmm.
they can digest what you've already said, and then you can give them some more food to eat on. Honest, man. Honest. I think it's well done. Well done. Well, mother ducking done, man. Well done. Now I got a question to ask you about the goalkeeper situation. Is it just is it like David Martin is still with us? Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it going to be David Martin, Alfonso Areola, and Fabianski next season, or are we bringing in somebody else to kind of like keep them on their toes?
What a Nathan Trott guy, haven't we?
Yes, we do, and we have the other boy, but I can't pronounce his name, Ayang or something like that.
Anang.
Yes, thank you. How do you say it?
Joseph Anang.
Thank you. He's not bad. He's not bad. And Nathan Trott, like he's what England under 21, isn't he?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Oh, that's another question. The youngsters, like the Longellos, the Ashbys, the Harrisons, the Baptistes, the Chesters, the Alcoflexes, the Perkins, the Connor Coventry. Out of all of those that I just mentioned, and Nathan Trott, who do you see really getting a shot? Oh, and Sawyer. I think Sawyer's brilliant. I think he's underrated. But who do you see in those names that I mentioned getting a real shot in the first team in the 2022/2023 season?
I see Perkins, Longello, and Lisi
Okay.
mainly.
So no Ashby.
He might have to go out on loan first. I reckon he'll just go out on loan first.
Aquaflex.
Yeah, should he deserves it.
Okay. Sawyer.
Um,
Have you seen much of him?
I haven't now. I
You
need to
should
look
you,
at
you should
that.
have honestly, James. You should have a watch. You should have a watch. He caught my eye. He really caught my eye. Just in
Yeah.
some under 23 matches that I watched,
Oh,
he caught
Kamari
my eye.
Simon Sawyer.
I beg your pardon?
Kamari Sawyer.
Yeah, he caught my eye, and I was well impressed with what I saw him in. It's effortless. Like I think every name I just mentioned there, they do it effortless. But can they make that jump up to first team, like first 11 things? And
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see, man. David Moyes knows what he's doing, and I was not a David Moyes advocate. Like when he came back, I thought it was like five steps backward, no steps forward. But he's proved me wrong. Signing of Craig Dawson, I thought you're having a laugh. Toys R Us, just Jeffrey Giraffe, and he proved me wrong with that. The $5 million boy that you said, he sounds like another Craig Dawson kind of signing under the radar. The Antonio boy, Marcus
Mm-hmm.
Antonio, and it'll be interesting. It'll hopefully hopefully somebody like we got one person who watches this show who works at West Ham, but hopefully like word gets out. His name's Iman Green, and he works with West Ham. So does DJ Rusty B. But it's like what you're saying needs to get heard from people in the club because you're not
Yeah.
talking stupidness. You like
Yeah.
I'm looking at you right now, Doc. You're not talking stupidness. Like you're making a lot of sense.
Hmm.
And this is only 10 players that you've mentioned. When transfer window opens up and thing, Doc, we're linked with like 100 players. I think your 10 players that you've mentioned in the last show we did to this show are better than the 100 that we've been linked with before. Like, it's
Quality, not quantity.
that's what I'm talking about, dog. Twice as strong, half as long. Real things, man. I believe that. I think you're onto something, man.
I need
I
to get. I
really
need to get.
do.
I need to get my red book. I heard. I might maybe get this photocopied or something and send it
Yeah,
over.
yeah.
I've even got. It's even like seriously, people like it's even signed by
Mhm.
me. So don't go copy my signature. It's even signed by me to show it's authentically mine.
Yeah, but you need to get that shit copywritten, dog, because like you could have like you show that red book to like the wrong person, they'll go do like two signings, and like yo, they're your signings that you thought of, bosh, out the window. You know what I mean? You need to get that shit like copywritten so it's like they can't touch that. Like those are your ideas. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I know it's
Hmm.
every man for himself at the end of the day. Like, oh yeah, let's get this player. How did you hear of him? Oh well, I just heard. But then you get that shit copywritten. It's like, no, I had this down from this date to that date. Like, you ain't touching nothing. Like, trust me, man, because it's no foolery you're talking. It's quality that you're talking. Like, and you could make a proposal to like West Ham on signings that you can even talk to the agents, doc, and say, listen, I'm able, not available, I'm able to get this player who is available for this much amount of dosh at the club tomorrow. Like, what about you ever thought about being an agent, dog? No? Yes? Maybe so?
Also, you cut out. Can you just ask that question again?
Yeah, have you ever thought about being an agent?
No, I haven't thought of being an agent, but I have thought about maybe being a scout.
Well, think outside the box, Doc. Because the way you're talking to things, you could be that middleman between. Maybe you don't have to be a scout. Maybe you could be that middleman between Rob Newman and the player, and get the player to Rob Newman for him to sign. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
think about them things, Doc. Real talk, think about them things because you got all your ducks lined up, straight up. Just an idea, man.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
an
for sure.
idea, man. Listen, you've
Yeah,
been working all day, so you're tired.
yeah.
It's like what? It's like 2 hours ahead of you where I'm at, so it's almost
Yes, and
three.
you'll need to go to bed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dog. I need my beauty sleep, but that never helps. I still wake up with the same ugly mug. So it's like, yo, I'm gonna go off, have a kip. I would like to thank you, James, for coming on
It's
tonight.
always my
It's
pleasure.
much appreciated. Um, if you're available to do this next week, I would love to. Um, yeah, you get my mind ticking with all these players that you're talking about. Honestly, from like Bosnia Herzegovina to like Poland to Korea to everywhere, like you Austria. Honestly, it's Czech Republic. It's mad, and yeah, I like this, man. So we'll make this a thing, man. And yeah, whenever you're available to do this, and I know it's gonna be like 11 o'clock your time, which is 1 o'clock my time. Whenever you want to do it, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whenever one of those days.
Yeah, just I'll just hit you.
Yeah, we'll run it, man. Cause yo, we're in contact, so we'll yeah, we'll do two things, and yeah, I can pick your brain some more about who you're going to be bringing in at West Ham United. It's not going to be a fantasy no more, dog. This is gonna come. This is gonna come true. They have this. They have this thing. It's called creative visualization. If you visualize it, it comes true.
Yeah.
And it's a book that I got. It's amazing. I said it on like another whatchamacallit, on another show I did, and it's a book. I think it's it. I forget who it's written by, but I know it's written by a female. She's very very intelligent, very spiritual, and basically she says like, if you visualize it, it will come true. Like you write it down, visualize it, it'll come true. And that's what you're doing without even knowing that you're doing that. Like with you writing in your red book and all them things. So keep doing that because what you visualize and create, creative visualization, my man, it'll come true, man. Really,
Yeah.
really, really, really. Listen, I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna sign off. Thank you very much. We'll do this again. You let me know when you're available, and we'll run two
All
things.
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly.
What your channel? Please big up your channel before you leave, my
It's my
friend.
channel is from the Anvil, West Ham United. That's where I do all of my stuff. This is where I actually do my mini scouting reports I'm talking about on here
Yep.
on my channel as well.
Oh
And
no,
I
I've
do a
seen
lot of
them.
other stuff. So
Yep.
even though the football season's coming to an end, I'm still going to be quite busy. I've got a lot going on. I've got a few vacations. I'm going to Montreal in 2 weeks. I've got all that
Mhm.
going on. But still, no, man, I'm still busy with my channel. I'm trying to be as committed to it as I can whilst working a full-time job because I've got to get that money.
Yep.
Because scouting right now ain't paying me anything, but who knows, that might change.
It will change. It will change. It will
Yeah.
change. Big up James the Anvil. Big up your precious mind and creative visualize this whole shit and it'll come true, my friend.
Indeed so.
All right. Peace out, my G. That was so dope. Straight up. That was so dope.
Much love, Peach. Thank you.
You're very welcome, my G. That's Logan, dog. Y'all don't know who Logan is. Yo, y'all don't know nothing, dog. That's my G, man. Logan's in the building. Logan's in the building. Rob, rob, rob. Mr. Wolverine. How you mean? Yo, that was. I meant that. Like what I said to James, dog. About like the creative visualization thing, dog.
If you visualize certain things, dog, and you want them to come true, and you write them down, and you see them, like literally see them, like you know when you have dreams, and you can like feel like you're there. Some are good, some are bad. Like sometimes you wake up from some dreams, and you're like, oh shit, thank God that was a dream. But other times you wake up from some dreams, and you're like, oh shit, I want to go back to sleep. I want to keep dreaming that. Like you're chilling with like the best of them. But it's like, yo, man, that man has a talent. That man has a talent, man. He has a talent. I don't care what nobody says, Doc. Homeboy has a talent. Like, he knows the player. He knows the country. He knows his preferred foot. He knows his ability on the ball, off the ball. He knows his best position. If he has two positions, he knows them things. Like, yo, I'm saying, man, I think that man could be an agent more so than a scout. Real talk. You heard it here first. You heard it here first, dog. And he's only 24, man. Like, what, 2 years older than me. Haha. But it's like, no, honestly, like, he has a talent, man. He has a talent. Like, he puts those two things down. And it's like, yo, I think his agent things, like, I think it's like Matsuaku. He'll be the Matsuaku, doc. Or Matsuaku. I don't know how you say it. Arthur. There you go. Not the one that kicks the cat. You get what I'm saying? Matsuaku. But it's like, he has a talent where it's like, I think he'll be like better off scout. No, not better off scout, better off agent. So he can pick the player, talk to the player. Yeah, how you doing? Antonio, or Marcus Antonio, how you doing? Good, great. You know, he's eloquent. Talk to the boy. Yeah, you have an agent? Okay, yeah, get rid of him. I'm your agent now. Let's go talk to Rob Newman. Because you know James has West Ham's best interest in him. So, like, then he'd be able to take the player to Rob Newman or Kaczynski, I don't know. Forget about Sullivan and Gold. I know they're the ones that are going to pay at the end of the day, but I hate Sullivan and Gold. Sullivan and Gold suck. Karen Brady sucks. I hope her daughter would, like, suck, but in a different sense. You know what I'm saying? But, like, yeah, man. It's like, I said this earlier on. We've never had, like, proper, like, owners, like. Never. From Terrence Brown to Eggert Magnuson to, like, these mother duckers, dog. It's like, we go from biscuits to dildos. Like, what the blood, man? It's mad. It's mad, man. It's mad. We need like what happened in Newcastle? They got like those Saudi Arabians, oil people, yeah. They got the oil people up in the mix. And then like, yo, they just start like splashing cash. I don't want to do a Blackburn though. I don't want to do a Man City. That's not West Ham. That's not West Ham. West Ham is not doing a Blackburn, doc. West Ham is not doing a Man City, doc. West Ham is like a Tribe Called Quest. A Tribe Called Quest, were one of the best hip hop groups in the world. But they weren't like MC Hammer or Vanilla Ice or like Eminem or like no things like that. Like they put out one album and they got like Tribe Called Quest kind of like me with this YouTube shit, doc. Because it's like, yo, they put out one album and they got like 200 sales. Put out like a next album, it got like 200,000 sales. Put out the next album, got like 200 million sales. You get what I'm saying? Like they built slow, doc. They built slow. But they got there at the end of the day. That's West Ham. West Ham is not like, oh, money bags, like, okay, yeah, we'll buy Messi, we'll buy Neymar, we'll buy Mbappe, we'll buy like what Newcastle are doing. That's how Newcastle is a recipe for disaster. I don't care what nobody says. Like big up the Toon Army and all that. 100. Big up Tufty. Don't know I got you. But it's like
Newcastle's going about it wrong, dog. Like if these oil people with mega millions came into the club, do it small. Like do it steady. Slow and steady wins the race. That's like proven fact. You know what I mean? And that's how Tribe Called Quest or A Tribe Called Quest made their fan base. Slow and steady. Like they didn't just like go from like Mr. No rap no rap man to like best rap man in the world like that. You know what I mean? They did it like you kind of heard about them, then you didn't, then you kind of heard more about them, then you did, then you kind of heard more and more about them, then you did, and then before you know it, household name. That's West Ham. We're not in the same camp as like these clubs that like get like money bags like there you go, and like all of a sudden like yo we're like top of the league and I don't see that. And I think Newcastle is set up for disaster, dog. Because, like, who's to say these boys, the oil boys or whatever, who's to say in like 2, 3 years they just leave? Who's to say, like, I don't know, all of a sudden they become broke, which I doubt. But you can't buy victory. It's like you get some of these YouTube channels, yeah? And they buy subscribers, doc. Like they buy subscribers. How real is that? How real is it you buying subscribers? Like how what? It makes you feel good cuz you got like 2,000 subscribers when I got 200? Like it makes you feel good? Really? Like hard work, slow and steady, consistency. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. I don't. Why Newcastle? Like, I'm not dissing Newcastle at all. I think Newcastle is a beautiful place. I've been there. The girls are really friendly. Trust me. But it's like, why the Geordies, doc? Like, but then why anybody? Why Man City? Why Blackburn? You know what I mean? Like, when Shearer was at Blackburn, they basically bought the league. You know what I mean? Like, Shearer was your, like, Mbappe. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, Man City, like, Pellegrini, who is that and quadruple that, he comes in, buys Robinho. Oh, no, it wasn't Pellegrini, my bad. It was Martinez, wasn't it? Bosh, who ain't even a great manager, though. He was a brilliant footballer, but he wasn't even a great manager. So it's like, you got an average manager, you're buying players like Robinho, you know what I'm saying? Aguero. Like, even when that shit happened with us, dog, when we had like Tevez and Mascherano, it felt weird. It didn't feel right. You know what I mean? It didn't feel right. Like, it didn't feel like this is homegrown talent or these are players with like massive potential. They were players with massive potential, but it's like, how do we get them? Really? Like, I remember my brethren who was on the show last night, Charlie Royal. I didn't even know about Mascherano or Tevez, doc. And Charlie Royal called me up and he's like, yo, you guys just signed like the illest South Americans. I'm like, who? And he's like, Mascherano and Tevez. I'm like, for real? He's like, yeah. I'm like, how good are they? He's like, brethren, you got like two of the best players in the world. And that's not like us. We don't do that. We develop players, doc. We develop the Joe Coles, doc. We develop the Mark Nobles, doc. We develop like, yeah, okay, we'll buy Paulo Di Canio, but Paulo Di Canio, nobody else wanted him. So we'll buy a diamond in the rough. I'd rather be a club that buys diamonds in the roughs and like develop talent rather than buying like, your Kid Rocks and your Bruno Marses, like real things, man. Like, yo, I'm showing you, man. I'm going off right now, but I'm showing you, man. Big up Lucas. Lucas is going for breakfast right now. He just texted me, man. Lucas is in the building. Lucas is in the building. Rot, rot, rot. Jigga, jigga, jigga. Lot, lot, lot. You done now. Kieran's in the building, Rise is in the building, Gatesy's in the building, James Anvil was in the building, and he's still in the building. Charlie Walsh is in the building, Addis 32 is in the building, Sarah with the H. Shh, shh, don't say nothing. Sarah with the H. Who'd I talk about Sarah with the H with? Somebody. I mentioned to somebody tonight. I forget who. Oh, James Fever, I think. I think it was James Fever, dog. Big up James Fever. He's in the building. Budgie's in the building. Franco's always in the building. Franco owns the building. Like, honestly, he owns the building. You try to get into the building, you can't. Because he owns the building. Straight up. Franco is the bomb diggy. Real things, man. Medulla in the building. Titchy Don Don in the building. Lawrence Watkins in the building. Lego Badman in the building. Stuart TDT in the building, dog. Kaylee, she's definitely in the building, dog. She's actually really in the building. Like, real talk. Petros Kois, my man, supports Payok, the PAOK Greek team. Big up the man, them. My G, man. My G, man. Jada Chicken Wong, she ain't in the building, dog. She was in the building, but she ain't in the building, dog. Kaza is in the building. Crackers, definitely in the building. Andre, yo. Mr. Manchester United, no business, in the building. Jay Lee, Justin Lee, dog, in the building. Kimmy, in the building. Hammerhead, in the building. Wally, in the building. I could go on for days, dog. I ain't even playing with you. Lee, American Hammer Network, or American Hammers Network, American Hammers TV, in the building. I'm just like building it up, and I build. Rise is in the building. Happy Hammerette is in the building. West Ham Clips is in the building. Becca B is in the building. KDK is in the building. Oh my days. So many beautiful people, man. I love West Ham. And I love everybody associated with West Ham. We're such beautiful people. Real talk, man. And Kieran is in the building. Artisan is in the building. Grimmy Grins is in the building. Black Lions in the building. Rosie, he's in the building, dog. You can't muck around with Rosie, dog. Rosie's like gangster things, dog. How do you know a man named Rosie, dog? You know a man have to be gangster. Like, yo, walk the streets and like, yo, Rosie, what up, dog? Yo, Rosie is in the blood clot building. Gangster like what's the boy from the OG movie? Bobby something. Not Bobby Fischer, that was the chess player, wasn't it? Bobby something. OG Bobby Johnson. Yo, Rosie's like OG Bobby Johnson, dog. I ain't even playing with you. Real things, man. He's like OG Bobby Johnson, dog. Real plays. Yo, see how it's a real plays, not big plays? Charlito is in the blood clot building, dog. Gonzo's in the building, dog. Ryan Archer, Mr. Elvis, in the building, dog. How do you mean? Like, Russie B? Definitely. He has, like, a room in the building, dog. Like, mansion things, dog. Him, Fo, and Joe, they're chilling. Straight up. Hold on, let me check my comments, because I got some. I know nobody's watching, because it's, like, late as shit in England. But, oh, Richard Cox. He's in the building. What? How did I forget Richard Cox? JAK to the E. In the place to be. West Ham Unofficial TV. In the building. Like, he owns half of the building. Like, JAK to the E owns half of the building. Real things. He owns half of the building, dog. Like, not even... And Tom Baker, dog. West Ham Network. In the building. In the penthouse, dog. In the penthouse. Stelios, West Ham View. In the building. Andy, Mother Ducking, Miles. Yo. He is like... He got like 2 floors, 3 floors, 4 floors in the building, dog. Trust me. My G, man. My homeboy. Duke, flipping hell. In the building. Gatesy in the building. I could build all night long, dog. I love all of you guys so much. Like, you just like make everything so much closer than it is. Like regarding West Ham, you know what I mean? You make everything so much closer than it is. Grimmy Grins is in the building, don't know. Yes, sir. But it's like you guys make so much, like you make it so much closer than it really is, man. Like I'm across the pond. Lucas is in the building. Lee's in the building. I already said Kitty K was in the building, didn't I? And Becca and I had this 32 in the building. But it's like you guys make everything so much closer. Wally World is in the flipping building, dog. Peppy is in the building, dog. I already said Lucas is in the building, didn't I? Yeah, I did. But it's mad. It's like you guys make it so much closer than it is. I love it. Mwah. I love it, man. Like DJ Rusty B sent me a video yesterday. You know, at the London Stadium. Oh my days. That man looks after me, dog. He looks after my shit, dog. Straight up. Big up the man them there, dog. Like, yo, Titch is in the building. Can't forget him, dog. You know, he done helped out, like, West Ham Random get to where we're getting to. So, big up the man them. Lawrence Watkins is in the blood clot building. I could go on for days. I'm gonna miss somebody out, and then they're gonna be like, why didn't you say I was in the building? It's like, I don't know. It's just going off. I hope y'all can hear me. I hope I'm not on mute. Am I on mute? No, I'm not on mute. Black Lions in the building. I already done said that. Yo. Oh, my days. My mother and father are in the building. They own the whole building, dog. Like, Frank owns the building. And then my mom and dad own the building, too, dog. Real talk. 100%, man. Okay. Ow, shoot, man. Wow. Okay, so hold on. Richard Cox is in the building. Daza is in the blood clot building. I see you, dog. I see you. Saying what up to Richard. Gaza is in the building. Thailand Paul is in the building, dog. So many people in the building. Like, this building is getting, like, overpopulated. But I love it. I love it, dog. Yes, Peachy, you okay? I'm brand new, Gaza. Gaza always, like, on whatever show he's on, he's always, like, doesn't matter if it's me or anybody else. He always asks how you are. And I love that about the boy, man. Like, that's genuine. Happy Hammerette, I think I already said her, but she's in the building. She is. I know she is. And Missy Hammerette, she's in the building. I was talking to her today, dog. Trico, definitely in the building, dog. What show was that on? Oh, that was E20 Zone TV in the building, dog. How do you mean? I think I already said James Fever still. J Hustle. J Hustle. Dea, he's in the building, dog. Straight up, Tufty is in the building, dog. Like, everybody's in the blood clot building. How we gonna rock it from the floor to the ceiling? I don't know, man. Guys is saying, what's up? Hold up. What's that say? Noble may be small, but he is really massive. Don't know. So is Messi, dog. How you mean? Gaza is in the building, dude. You get me? He even wrote it in. I forgot to tell you, Gaza like owns half of the building. So, yeah, if you want to get into the building, you got to talk to Gaza. Like, once you talk to Gaza, you can get into the building. James from the Anvil is in the building, dog. Trust me. But if you want to get into the building, you have to talk to Gaza, Frankel, or my mom and dad. Straight up. Or JAK to the E. Straight up. 100%. Or Andy Miles. Because, like, he owns part of the building, too. It's a nice building. It's called West Ham Works. You know what I mean? Instead of Irons Thames Works. Or what is it? Irons Thames Works, isn't it? Instead of Irons Thames Works, it's called West Ham Works, dog. Real talk. How is the Peachy Boy? The Peachy Boy is chilling. Peachy boy is chilling, cause Peach is in the building. From the floor to the ceiling, Peach is in the building. This how we rock and when we rock, we are chillin', 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 chillin' in T.O. I wish I was in East London with all of y'all. Maybe go to Thailand and see Daza. Gaza, what up, bro? You know what I mean? Thailand Paul eating food and spitting it out his window. Yo, I'm like a superhero. Whoa. I saw, check this out. This is real. Who was I talking to? I was talking to somebody tonight. Who was I talking to, Doc? I think I was leaving a message to somebody, or no, I was talking to them. Who the fuck was it? I was talking to somebody, and there was a boy dressed up in a Spider-Man costume with a cowboy hat on. Swear on my life. Just walking down the street, dog. It was mad. It was mad. And then the person I was talking to, I forgot who it was, but they're like, yeah, you're in Toronto. Oh, it was Lawrence Watkins. Lawrence Watkins is in the blood clot building, doc. Lawrence Watkins. I was talking to him, and then on the main street, on the high street, this flipping Spider-Man dressed up person with a cowboy hat on. I was like, what? That's mad. And Charlie Boy was here, he'd kick him in his head, doc. Charlie Boy is in the blood clot building. Charlie owns half the building too. Frankie owns the other half still, but that building's in like, what is it, Palm Bay, where he went, where Charlie Boy bought a crib there still, you know. That was a dope rap by Black Dot, wasn't it? Brethren, trust me. I was like, yo, that was nuts. If y'all want to hear like one of the best rappers of all time, and current too, like it's not like on some Big Daddy Kane or Cool G rap or like Heavy D shit. Heavy D was whack, but like Cool G rap, Big Daddy Kane, or like Master Ace. Master Ace was dope. Special Ed, what? Yo, fire, man. Food Snickers. I'm a true, what? I'm a true food snick. I'm showing you, check this shit out on Hot 97, Funk Master Flex, Black Thought. Black Thought is the boy that does the rapping for the band on the, not Jimmy Kimmel show, the, what show is it, dog? It's a Jimmy, isn't it? It's the boy that used to be on flipping Saturday Night Live, I think, dog. What's his name, dog? What is his name? There's Jimmy Kimmel. And then there's James Corden. It's not James Corden, even though his band is dope. They're like the LOF Mother Duckers or LMAO Mother Duckers. I don't know. What's the Jimmy Fallon? That's it. Bops. Jamie Fallon. Jimmy Fallon, not Jamie. Well, Jimmy is James, isn't it? But like, yo, Jimmy Fallon, his band is like the Roots Crew. So you got Quest on the drums and the other man there, who I don't know the names, which forgive me for that. But the rapper is Black Dog.
We are fucking massive.
Much love, Peach. Thank you.